to try authentic flavorful crepes? Then come to here, Cafe Crêperie in Elora. It's also a hub of musicians and artists. You can feel the sense of community. It's also a family-friendly place. Are you ready to taste? Follow me. Hi, Kathy, how are you?
I'm great, Angela.
Thank you for being our guest.
I'm really, really happy to be here and very excited.
Yes, so what inspired you to have your business here?
I really feel like the business found me. A good friend had told me that there was a very sweet acoustic music night every Tuesday night and that I should come and bring my guitar. So I did. So I showed up one winter night and came in the room, and I was a little intimidated because there were all these people here playing, and I thought, oh, they're all going to be so good. And it ended up being the most welcoming environment. And I came back again and again. I got to know the previous owner, and of course he's from Quebec, and his name is Jacques. And one thing led to another, and he needed help with French school groups. So I started working for him part-time. And then before I knew it, I was here full-time. And then if we fast forward a year, the cafe was for sale. And I was able to go into cahoots with another woman here from Elora. And together we bought the cafe. And that's how it came to be. Though it's just me now, it was really, really great that she came into my life when she did, because I don't think I could have done it without her.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It was a big leap of faith.
Yeah. So,
I love what I do. I love to feed people. I get a lot of joy from having the school groups or having families, having multi-generations here that come from the GTA on weekends.
Wow.
And quite often are speaking a completely different language. And we make through the menu board, and I love seeing how families come in and just all eat together, and small plates for the kids, and grandparents who don't speak a word of English, and it's wonderful. I love it.
yeah. Years ago, my daughter mentioned your place to me, and she said, oh, it's just such a beautiful place, and the crepe was delicious.
I'm so glad she had that experience. So she must have come with her school at that time?
Yeah, she was in the elementary school.
Yeah.
So I came again. I came with her. So we enjoyed the crepe. So every time when we're here, we come to here. We'll come to the town. We'll come to here.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. So it's kind of like it's a classical tour for us to be here.
That's wonderful. And I've heard that from customers before, and it really warms my heart when people will say, we come here every year on our anniversary, or we stop on our way to the cottage every time. We try and come early enough that we can get a table because we know you're so busy on weekends. And when I know that it's that kind of repeat customer base, over and above our locals who support us through the quiet times of the year so much, it's really nice. It makes me feel happy that I'm doing what I'm doing.
So where do you get your great ingredients?
I'm happy to say that, like many of us here in town, we have to source out from our local food suppliers. And in my case, for instance, I'll use one of the smaller suppliers because I'm a smaller spot. And so we will get from them our ingredients year round. But in the summer, when everything is fresh, we source locally. So I can get my fresh fruit from Gary's farm. There's also another farm just on the edge where the casino is, run by Nancy and Doug. And from them this summer I was able to get all my greens, and in the fall my apples, and later my pears. And so as I can source out and see that I have a steady flow for a few weeks of a particular ingredient, then we'll create a crepe to go with it. So for instance, with the peaches that I was able to get at Gary's that came directly from Niagara, we have a peach crepe special that takes place for all of August. And in the fall, when the pears were ready and then the apples were ready from Nancy and Doug, we were able to create a roasted pear maple syrup delicious crepe. And we just have a lot of fun with what can we do with this? And we just get creative and think about what would somebody like to eat when they landed here? What would I like to eat when I land here? And when it comes to the savory crepes, we have some lovely ones. Some are with chicken, and some are with ham, and some are with seafood, and some are totally vegetarian. And I'm happy to give a shout out to Hilltop Acres in Conestoga, where we drive out once a week to buy our chicken, and it's all antibiotic and hormone free. So, and they're a lovely, lovely Mennonite family that source out all their meat locally, and we buy our chicken from them.
So you get all your ingredients locally?
As much as possible.
Yeah.
And of course, come the fall and winter, we have less access to our fresh veggies, and so like everybody else, then we will be getting everything that's coming from the US. But when everything is here in season, we get it all locally, as long as we can.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you're also very creative with these ingredients. You're like a musician, like you're making making new recipes. So
We like to have fun and experiment. We figure, what's the worst that can happen?
Yes.
It's not popular. Okay, let's try something else. Right? So we try it all out on the staff first.
Oh. What would you like to tell your future customers?
I guess I want to say that if you've never ever had a crepe,
Yes.
you should take a chance and come and try. And they're not always just dessert crepes. Savory crepes really are a meal, a real meal. And it's a fun experience to just come into town and feel the energy of Elora and check out the other shops. But this is a really sweet place to land, and treat yourself to a savory and a sweet crepe.
Nice.
Share them if you
Yeah.
don't think you have
Yes.
enough room to finish them.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that's what I'd like to leave with people, is say, come and give it a try.
Yes, definitely. I highly recommend as well.
The first crepe I want to make for you is the ratatouille. And the ratatouille is going to be made on a white batter today, which is
Okay.
our standard classic egg milk batter.
Hi, Kathy. What are we making today?
Well, Angela, the first crepe I want to make for you is the ratatouille. And the ratatouille is going to be made on a white batter today, which is
Okay.
our standard classic egg milk batter. And the ratatouille is made in-house, and it's really beautiful. We roast the eggplant and the zucchini and the garlic and the onions all ahead of time.
Really?
Yes, we roast everything first, so it's really time consuming, but it's worth it because roasted vegetables are so much sweeter.
Yes.
And then we cook it down in a big stock pot, because basically a ratatouille is a stew, right? And it's cooked down with tomatoes long and slow. And so that's what you're going to see me put on the inside of this crepe. So it's a beautiful vegetarian offering. If you have it on the gluten-free, you can have it as a vegan offering. Oh yeah, I should have made that one on the vegan offering, on the buckwheat. And then this just needs to set. Doesn't take too long. If you rush it, it tears. It's just like in life.
That's a good explanation.
You have to be patient.
Yeah. I can see how much practice have you got. You're doing like a piece of cake.
Oh my goodness, when you're first learning,
Yes.
Amy could attest to this as well, you have to spin so many crepes before it looks like this. And maybe we'll be able to show you that afterwards. I'd love to give you a chance to spin as well. It's actually a lot of fun, and there is a zen feeling when you finally nail it.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun.
It's another kind of artist, right?
It's really great.
Yeah.
So you can see in here there's zucchini and eggplant and
Yeah.
peppers, sweet bell peppers that have all been roasted down, and onion and garlic. It's wonderful. And the more patient we are, the more color we get. Batter is at its best when you make it the day before. It really needs to sit overnight.
Oh, okay. No wonder I tried at home, it didn't work. so much skills.
Well, it's true that it takes time. Once you have it, it becomes like doing anything else that you do every day,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
It's just a matter of practice, just lots of practice. So this here is the ratatouille. Amy, I'll leave that with you. I'd like to demonstrate for you the buckwheat batter. So every crepe we make can be made on a gluten-free, vegan batter. And it's tasty. I'll let you know what's in it. So it's buckwheat flour and flaxseed and oil and oat milk. And this one will be the Chanticleer. So this is one of our meat-based ones. This batter is a lot thicker, and you need to put more of it on to get the same effect.
Yeah, it is thicker.
Yeah, and it's very lacy when
Yeah.
so you have to go around quite a few times to fill in the holes. These griddles are French griddles. The name is Campouze, and they are cast iron and stainless steel.
Oh, okay. So did you get it from France?
So there is a company in the United States that makes them and has for a while, so that's where they come from.
Oh, okay.
So when I purchased the cafe, I had this set
yeah.
already, and then later, as we started getting busier in the summer and wanting to accommodate more tables outside, I searched out two more. So now I have 4 of these Campouze, and they are wonderful, as griddles go. The Chanticleer is chicken and basil pesto and a choice of cheese. My favorite is having it with brie, and the brie just melts in your mouth. It's wonderful. You can also have it with goat, which is very nice as well. A little bit more tart, but I love the buttery flavor of brie. We also have a sweet crepe that's brie and berries, which is very yummy and satisfies your sweet and savory craving all at the same time. And then over here, and then we add our mushrooms and chicken. So this is this lovely chicken I was telling you I get from Hilltop Acres.
Okay.
So this is all antibiotic-free and hormone-free and absolutely wonderful. So we buy it Friday, we bake it, so we have it for the entire weekend, and if there's any left over, we freeze it. So we have it for later in the week because we close on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So.
Sounds you are very organized.
Oh my goodness, we have to be, otherwise, well, you know, it's like everything.
Yeah.
This is beautiful basil pesto,
Yeah.
and then Amy's going to put a layer of spinach on here, which just brings it all together. And you don't need to pre-wilt the spinach because there's so much heat in here that when I close the crepe, everything just softens together. Take a peek at our color. It's looking good. And as you can see from the size of these, you have to be hungry
Oh, yeah.
and or order your crepe split and share it so that then you have room to have a sweet crepe afterwards. So we do that a lot, especially once people have been here a few times. They are aware that the crepes are big, and there we are. So this is our
Beautiful.
buckwheat batter with the chanticleer.
Smells good.
It does, doesn't it? You get
Yeah,
to taste it
feel
afterwards, which is
hungry
wonderful.
now.
Yes, exactly. So one of our most popular ones is the chef's sweet. I would say the two most popular are Nutella and fruit, or the chef's sweet. So the chef's sweet is every berry in the house and dark chocolate. It's really, really nice. So I'm going to spin that for us now. So this is what we're going to be putting in here: strawberries, raspberries, and blueberries, and dark Lindt chocolate.
So colorful.
It is colorful. It's so pretty. That's half the fun, Angela.
That's what I usually order from here.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we place our berries on here. Blueberries are renegade and always go rolling off. I always tell my staff, you need to build a barricade, like in Les Miserables, and fortify with strawberries and raspberries the edges so that your blueberries stay put. So the fun for us too is topping it and making it look pretty. So now Amy's going to drizzle 2 sauces on.
Okay.
So we have a beautiful raspberry sauce. And then we put a chocolate sauce on. And then last but not least, the whipped cream. And voila. And there you have
Wow.
the chef's sweet. Okay, Angela, I'm
Yes.
excited to hear what you think.
Yes.
So here on the buckwheat crepe,
Oh,
we
okay.
have the crepe that we made with the chicken. So
Yes.
this one's called the chanticleer.
Yes.
So that's the chicken and spinach and basil pesto and brie and mushrooms. In this one, we have the vegetarian offering, which is ratatouille, the homemade ratatouille. This is on our white crepe batter. And this is your dessert. This is your chef's sweet. And so there's raspberries and strawberries and
Wow.
blueberries and dark chocolate melted inside. And of course, then we decorate it all with beautiful raspberry sauce and chocolate sauce. So
Wow, it's beautiful. Yeah, I can't wait to try it.
this is the best part of the job.
That is. It's tasty and flavorful. Yeah, I feel it's the spinach is well cooked.
Good.
It's I can understand the other customer said it's like a pot in your mouth.
And this was exactly the crepe he had,
Oh really?
was the chanticleer.
Yeah, I feel it's perfectly combination. The ingredients is just married together perfectly. Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you think
Yeah,
so.
and the taste is just right. It's
just
not
right.
not salty, not light. It's just completely comfortable to eat.
It's wonderful.
Yeah. So you did a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what we want to hear.
Yeah.
That's great.
And it's also very, very healthy, right?
It is very healthy, and they're all fresh ingredients, which is lovely. And you always have the option too, if you're not a fan of mushrooms, you can ask us to hold the mushrooms or hold the spinach and have it the way you like it.
Because this is gluten-free, so
Yes.
and the Spanish and chicken, it's a good combination. Spanish is healthy, and chicken has a lot of protein, so it's great. Yeah.
And there's just enough brie so that you know it's there, but
Yeah,
it's not too much that you
yeah.
have to feel like, oh my. So this one is that ratatouille, and It's the one that I was telling you where we roast the vegetables ahead of time and then we cook it all down and then we make a big pot of this beautiful ratatouille stew.
Okay, so it's vegetarian.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. The taste is very familiar. I feel, is it like a little bit like Mexican food?
No, it is French.
Oh, it's French.
So a ratatouille is French. I mean, at the end of the day, you're taking some beautiful fall vegetables
Okay, yes.
and you're roasting them down with tomato and basil and garlic and so on. So it's a stew that I would think in other cultures is repeated with probably different seasoning.
Yeah.
So where we would use more basil and then we also would add herbe de Provence. In another culture, you'd probably have those same vegetables cooked down with tomato and different seasoning, and then suddenly you've got something else, right? So maybe that's why
Yeah.
it tastes familiar to you as well.
It's just so beautiful. It just feels like I'm in the field.
Oh, I love it.
I feel like it's all the vegetable in front of me. I'm just eating it.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
I like it very much. There we go. So there is your chef's suite with raspberries and strawberries and blueberries and dark chocolate and then smothered in sauce.
It's beautiful. It's sweet and sour and plus chocolatey, right? It's just, oh, it's beautiful in my mouth.
That's wonderful.
I feel like finger licking good. I want to make them, it's beautiful.
I know. So the savory crepes do reheat quite nicely. So I'm gonna, if there happens to be any leftover, you can take it home. The sweet crepes tend to be nicer eaten within the first half hour, obviously, because they're fruit, and you could eat them. You could take them home and have them as well. You just won't be able to reheat it quite the same way.
Okay.
But I just wanted you to know that because we do have a takeout option. So if you don't have to take them out too far, if you're in Fergus or Elora, they'll be quite yummy still when you get home. Yeah.
Yeah. This is something I will always order while I'm here. So you can't miss it. It's just too beautiful to miss it.
And Angela, I just wanted you to try our coffee to finish up your food experience here.
Yes.
We have a lovely relationship with a family. The previous owner had established this relationship, and the coffee we carry is just this one brew. And the company is called Cultura, and they're local. They roast in Kitchener, and it's ethically sourced Nicaraguan farmers who have their coffee plantations. And we've had a relationship with them for over 10 years. It's delicious coffee, and I tend to carry just one brew to keep life simple. So this is our medium dark brew, and this is the company, and they're a really lovely family that we have a great relationship with. So I just wanted to give them a little shout out.
Oh,
let me know what you think.
It's taste of heaven. I feel it's smooth, it's creamy, and just feel so warm, you know. It's kind of like you are in a comfort zone.
That's a perfect thing.
yeah, I enjoy it. It's good coffee.
Thank you.
Yeah. You can taste the difference when you have good coffee.
Yes, you can. You can walk a mile for a good cup of coffee. Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah, thank you for all your effort. You made wonderful food here.
Thank you.
Yeah, you must be proud of yourself.
I am proud and grateful.
Yeah. Life tastes good. Thank you for being with us today. We'll see you next time. Bye.